songwriting time, where we learn to combine melody and harmony, rhythm and rhyme. So come on, let's go. It's a songwriting show for course code MUS310.
Oh, hey you guys. I didn't see you there. Just making my breakfast. But you know, maybe it is good that you dropped by, because today's video is about songwriting royalties, which is how songwriters bring home the bacon.
Okay, well, that was a delicious breakfast. It's good to be here, all fueled up and ready to go in the office. And I want to talk to you guys today about how you can bring home the bacon with your songwriting. So I just want to talk about sort of 3 things that you need to do to get paid as a songwriter to collect your royalties. Number 1, public performance rights. You need to register with an organization that's going to collect royalties for public performances like radio play or public venues like restaurants, stadiums, etc. Secondly, if you're writing worship music, you got to register with CCLI to get royalties from the churches that use your music. And third, your streaming rights. You need to collect your streaming rights. So first, let's start with public performance rights. In Canada, the organization that collects public performance royalties, like from radio and TV, is called SOCAN. So the way this works is that radio stations and public venues and TV stations, they pay licensing fees to SOCAN that are based on how many people attend or listen to their radio station or whatever. So they pay those license fees, and then they track what songs they are playing, they are using. They report them to SOCAN, and then SOCAN divides up the license fees and pays the songwriters, the people who own the rights to the songs, their fair share of the royalties. So there's good money to be made in getting your songs played on the radio, so really important that you register with SOCAN. The second, if you are if you're writing worship music that churches are singing, congregational songs for worship, then you definitely want to register with CCLI. It is, by the way, it's free to register with SOCAN. It is free to register with CCLI. And CCLI is similar to SOCAN, but it collects license fees from churches, and it distributes, and then the churches also report what songs they are using. And then CCLI, with a complex set of algorithms, they divide up their money that they collect to the copyright owners, so that as a songwriter, you get paid for your song if it's used in churches. And so definitely you want to register for that. And you think, oh, well, I'm just writing songs. I'm a little independent artist, and there's probably only going to be a few churches that are going to play my songs. You know what? It's still worth it to sign up. You might be surprised at how much money could be made in this. And if you do have a song that becomes really popular, you deserve to be compensated for that. The churches that are using that are paying these fees. Don't miss out on that money. And finally, the way most music is distributed these days is digitally through streaming services or download services. So the best thing for an independent songwriter to do, independent artist to do, is register with a service that's going to manage all of your digital rights. So when I made my CD 12 years ago, whenever that was, I registered with a company called TuneCore, and they looked after uploading my music to iTunes and Amazon Music and all of these other, there was no streaming back then, but download services. I paid a fee to them. Now this costs some money. I paid like $40 a year, and then they took care of getting my CD, my music on iTunes and Amazon and all of these other download services. And then they collected the payment from those services and then forwarded that, minus a small fee, of course. They forwarded that to me so that I made money from all of my Apple iTunes downloads. So let's just take a look you can do all of this online, by the way. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So I'm going to just share my screen here, and we can have a look-see. So this is the one I'm going to share. And here we go. I am sharing my screen. So this is my CCLI account that I'm letting you guys in to see my CCLI account. So they've got all the agreements here. They want me to set up direct deposit so I get paid faster, and I just haven't got around to doing that. And just to show you, like, oh, and I got to update my address here too. But anyway, here is my latest statement. You will see that in the statement, I think they report quarterly, or this might be annually. I don't know. But anyway, I made $15 US, so that's pretty good. And there's some songs. I played Your Child for you guys in class that one day, I think. And Your Child, man, I earned a US dollar from Your Child this year. So that's pretty cool. So you can imagine if you are a very active worship artist and you have lots of worship songs that are being played by lots of churches, there is good money to be made. And I'll tell you what, Chris Tomlin is not missing any meals. I will tell you that. He's making very good money from CCLI. So that's CCLI. That's for churches and worship music. And let's look here. Here's TuneCore. This is the service that I used to handle my digital music distribution, and they handle music publishing, etc., etc. And oh, another thing that they do is they manage your material on YouTube, and they will collect video payment from you. So, for instance, remember I made that silly video with that bread song, Everything I Own. So when I uploaded that video to YouTube, YouTube detected that I was using a copywritten song. I didn't tell YouTube I was. And so YouTube said, that's fine. You are allowed to use this song. That's not always the case, but in this case, I was allowed to use that song, but I couldn't monetize it. And and I'm getting a phone call here that I'm going to have to take that. So pardon me, we're going to pause this video here. Okay, so I think we are back here. And so what was I talking about? Oh, YouTube. YouTube recognized that with their algorithms that I was using a copywritten song. So they told me you can use that, but you cannot monetize it. And the copyright owner can choose to monetize my video that I made with their copywritten song. So a service like TuneCore, I think CD Baby does the same thing. They will look after your digital rights on YouTube or other video services and make sure that you get paid fairly for your hard work as a songwriter. And then finally, the last organization we can look at here is SOCAN. So SOCAN manages your rights. They deal with licensing, and they will take care of you. And so here's my SOCAN page. You can see all the money I'm making, man. So for the last quarter, I made $5.62. And we could drill down and see, you get very detailed information for SOCAN, so you can see what songs are being played by what radio stations. It's kind of fun to look at that sometimes. But finally, we just have to take a look at the price of bacon here. And yeah, I made $5.62 from SOCAN this year, so I can afford to bring home the bacon. All right, you guys. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in. And I think this is going to be, I might make one more video, but I don't know. This might be it. You never know. Just watch the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Then you'll get the new video if it does appear. Yada, yada, yada. Have a great day. Bye.